Hello. I recently passed my 10-year anniversary of graduating engineering school. I graduated in about 2014 and I went to school late in my life. I graduated shortly before I was the age of 40. And when I got out into industry, I learned 5 things that I always like to pass along to younger engineers, and we're going to go over them today. The first thing I like to point out to younger engineers is when you get to your job, you've gone through 4 or 5 years of education and learning, and you feel like you've got to know everything for tests and all that, projects. When you get out to industry, it's a whole different ballgame, and it's okay to not know everything. So the first thing I would like to say is embrace humility in learning, because you're learning when you get out to your first job, and second and third, whatever, is just starting. You've got a lot to learn, and engineering is so much more than just a bunch of theory. It's about the practical applications of engineering. So I know you've gone through a lot of engineering school and all that. You don't need to go out and tell people that. Some of the biggest turnoffs in industry are engineers that are know-it-alls, that throw their weight around and all that. So the best thing to do for the first several years or for your full career is to be humble and to go and learn from the machinist and the mechanics and the manufacturing personnel out on the floor, or at your vendors or whatever, however your company works, and to just learn. Your learning didn't stop in school. It really only began. And so you need to carry that willingness to learn and to be humble and to listen to people that may have been on the floor for 30 or 40 years before you even showed up. That is one of the best things you can do to start your career good, is to just be humble and to go out and learn, because a lot of the people out on the floor and the machinists, they want to teach, they want to tell you and to let you know how things run out there. And a lot of them need somebody to listen to them, because hardly anybody listens to anything anymore. So listen, be humble, and learn. My number 2 is learn from experienced colleagues. Some of the best education I got is when I'm from the jet engine repair world, overhaul world. And when I started with the Air Force, I learned from some really intelligent, really experienced engineers that worked in my team that have been there for 20, 30 years. And they have a lot of experience to pass on, and they have a lot to say. So try to find the experienced people in your group or around your group that are engineers, and along with the ones on the floor, but the engineers that can help you, guide you, tell you what is important, what is not, how to solve problems, and what have you. I have learned so much from good mentoring colleagues that I feel like I have a debt to pay to the younger engineers like you out there that are just starting, that may not have that kind of person around them to where they can at least learn from an experienced engineer. My third point is to master the art of finding answers. Through engineering school, you've practiced how to solve problems, and that doesn't stop. In fact, that training will continue on throughout your whole career. Engineering is mostly about solving problems, whether it's process problems, design problems, production problems, what have you. That's going to be your thing. So you need to master the art of finding answers. That's finding the right people, finding the right references, knowing how to find answers, whether you gather facts up or, you go talk to people, go talk to the right people, or what have you. You will find your method of finding the right answers. And that is usually, you'll stick to that throughout your career, but you'll need to learn how to find answers. And that's a very important skill, because you need to provide answers. It's your job to provide answers for people, whether, like I said, design, process, or what have you, manufacturing answers. People are looking to you to provide an answer and to provide one in a timely fashion. And so you need to, be able to go from a problem to an answer and to know how to get there. My number 4 point is to avoid arrogance. Lose your ego. You've gone through a lot of school. Everyone knows that. A lot of people, they get out to industry and they think that they have to blow up their ego to be the smartest person in the room. There is nothing more off-putting than an arrogant engineer. And basically, I feel that is what hurts our profession the most, is arrogance and big-headedness. So it has some issues with it. When you're arrogant, you won't listen to others, and you will tend to make mistakes. And as you make your mistakes, if you're arrogant and people don't like you, they will let you make the mistake, and they won't tell you to correct course or to avoid something. They'll let you fail. So the worst thing you can do to your career is to be arrogant and to be condescending to others, especially non-engineers. That is the word. I've seen managers be arrogant to non-engineers, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting, and I don't like it. It's belittling, and it's small-minded. You when you're solving your problem, you want to enlist as much help and as much information as possible. And when you're arrogant to people, they won't talk to you, they won't help you, or what have you. So it'll cause you mistakes. It damages relationships. Some of the best relationships I have are people on the floor, the mechanics, the manufacturing people, what have you. I always try to treat them with respect and the dignity that they deserve. So lose your ego. It's very, very important. And then my number 5 is to earn respect through humility. Be humble. If you make a mistake, own up to it. It doesn't matter. Everyone makes mistakes. If you're humble and you're approachable and you're willing to admit that you made a mistake, people will respect that, and it's not a flaw. It's not you admitting that you have a weakness. It's actually a strength. To admit that you're wrong in something and to correct course is actually a sign of intelligence or being human, being humble. It's a very good quality, and it's something that you should practice. Make a self-deprecating joke. I always joke about engineers, wearing pocket protectors, what have you. It doesn't matter. They know that you have the degree and all that. You don't need to tell them. You don't need to remind them. But if you're humble, you're funny, you help them with your problems, they will respect the heck out of you, and it'll make for a good career for you for many decades. So always be humble. In conclusion, engineering is about growing and learning, and I hope that these 5 tips will help younger engineers out there just getting to their first job, navigating all of the things that you have to navigate, being in a new environment where it's not about books, it's about solving problems. And it's a very good career, and you just approach it with these 5 steps, and you will have a fantastic career, and you will have some fantastic relationships, and you'll go solve some problems. And that's what it's all about. So anyway, have a great career. I wish you the best. If you're about to graduate or you're going to graduate, congratulations, and go out there and solve the world's problems.